Gentlemen, we're going to begin. Please take your seats. Just a reminder to turn off your cell phones to avoid any interruptions in the program. If you do not want your photo taken, please let the Surrey Board of Trade staff know. We do use photos for both internal and external publications. Please take a seat. We need to fill up all of these seats for photo purposes. Feel free to sit in the front as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Anita Huberman. I'm CEO of the Surrey Board of Trade, and we're so proud to host the 4th Surrey Agriculture Industry Reception this evening. A third of Surrey's land base is of agricultural production. And it's such a significant industry, especially in an environment, in an economic environment where we need to focus on agri-innovation. We need to focus on food production, especially in the event of disaster mitigation. If we had an earthquake, for example, Surrey is the city that is going to be the focal point for not only food production, but for so many items. And I'd like to begin by acknowledging that the land on which we gather is on the unceded territory of our Coast Salish people, specifically the Kwantlen, Katzie, Semiahmoo, and Tawasin First Nations. They have an enduring connection to the land, ladies and gentlemen. I now ask Candace Hill, she's a Brown Bear woman, a bicultural Métis woman, and mother of Cree and Ojibwe, to come forward to give a blessing. For those seated, please stand.
So I want to begin by saying Lao, which is hello in the Halkomelem language of the people of this territory. And thank you, Rona, wherever you are. Thank you for having me speak here tonight. It's a real honor. I was just sharing that for 15 years, I helped open up the Organic Grocer up in Newton, which is an organic grocery store. So I am a nutritionist, so agriculture, food is right up my alley, and I'm just really honored to be here to honor the people that are getting the awards this evening. So I'd like to take a minute and say a blessing and opening prayer, and thank you again for being here this evening. So, Buju Gichimanitu, Shawana Nishanam, Chimikwich. This is your granddaughter of South Siskiyou speaking to you. And I thank you, grandmothers and grandfathers, and the ancestors of this sacred land that we find ourselves working and living upon. Thank you for bringing us all together this evening. And I'd like to acknowledge the two-leggeds and the four-leggeds, and the ones that swim and the ones that fly, and the part of the rooted nations, and the mountains, and all the animals and plants, and all the things we share this beautiful earth with. And I thank you, Creator grandmothers and grandfathers, for bringing all these beautiful people together this evening to honor each and every one of them for the good work that they do for our Mother Earth and for the people of Surrey. So I ask, Creator, thank you for watching over us all and bless us all in the work that we do, working together as sisters and brothers side by side for our children and our grandchildren, and just bless everybody this evening. With that, I say aho, OCM, all my relations. And I also want to say Quitslama, which means see you later, and that's in the Halkomelem language of the people of this territory. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Candace. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's event would not be possible without sponsorship. Let's give a great round of applause to the Canadian Association of Petroleum Producers. They are the voice of Canada's upstream oil sands and natural gas industry, because we absolutely, in Canada, need a thriving energy industry. And also Fraser Grain Terminal. A round of applause for them, please. Thank you to our award sponsor, Kwantlen Polytechnic University. like to note that Kwantlen Polytechnic, they offer the only sustainable agriculture and food system program in North America. We are leaders here in Surrey in terms of innovation, economic development, and human capital creation as it relates to agri-innovation. Thank you so much to KPU. Our media sponsors are Surrey's radio station, Pulse 107.7 FM, and the Surrey Now Leader Media Group. A round of applause, please. And our table sponsors, I encourage you to go and see them afterwards. BC Eggs Association, East to West Financial Corporation, the accounting firm of PwC, Royal Bank of Canada, and TELUS. I'd also like to recognize some of our government representatives here with us. Our Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Wes Shoemaker. Representing Member of Parliament, the newly elected Member of Parliament, Tamara Jansen, is Shanjilan Davidi. City of Surrey Councillors, Jack Hundal and Linda Annis. And also joining us this evening are Surrey Board of Trade directors. They're responsible for the future vision of the Surrey Board of Trade in the City of Surrey. The Vice Chair of the Surrey Board of Trade, Baljeet Dhaliwal. He also chairs our Youth Entrepreneur team. Dr. Greg Thomas of G3 Consulting and chair of our International and Industry team. And Jamal Khan of Jamal Khan Financial Group. And of course, there are agricultural industry associations that are present this evening. I mentioned BC Ag, the BC Greenhouse Growers Association, and the BC Landscape and Nursery Association. We're all working with them at the Surrey Board of Trade. A round of applause. Thank you so much. So I'd like to invite now Casey McCauley from Fraser Grain Terminal, our supporting sponsor, to come forward, please.
I have a slide here somewhere. Here we go. Just wanted to, first of all, thank Rona for reaching out and inviting us to be here tonight. Just by way of explanation, my name is Casey McCauley. I'm the Vice President, West Coast Operations for Parrish and Heimbecker. So we're the key investor behind Fraser Grain Terminal. And just a little bit about us. We're a 109-year-old privately owned company. And so we're involved in grain handling from coast to coast. We're involved in agribusiness, flour milling, as well as feed manufacturing. But this will be the biggest single investment that our company has made in 109 years. So we've had an operation currently at Fraser Surrey Docks, and we decided to go all in and build a state-of-the-art grain terminal. So what's behind this investment really is the growth of Canadian ag products. And there is a finite amount of industrial land and rail capacity to ship these products around the world for Canadian farmers. So we're solving that problem with this investment. So we're excited, and we're excited to be part of the community here. So we do have a small business in Cloverdale, which is about containerizing grain and shipping it around the world. But this is a much larger scale project. So this project is going to support Canadian jobs, and we're going to create about 40 to 60 new jobs that are direct jobs, and there are a number of jobs that will be spin-off jobs with ILW, longshore working to load the ships, and all the rail workers, as well as truck movement, and et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of spin-off with this terminal. I'm not going to bore you with all the details about the project, but I mean, it's we're looking at moving 4 million tons of grain a year, and that'll be by bulk in vessel as well as containers. So just some quick facts. So that picture is actually the terminal, as that was taken about 3 weeks ago on a nice sunny day. construction has progressed quite a bit, so we're hoping to be loading our first ship. In fact, we know we'll be loading our first ship in about a year from now, so September of 2020. And just some quick facts is, these are steel bins. 900,000 bolts were used in the bin construction. We figure when we're finished, we'll be at 270,000 man-hours to construct this. We took a polluted site, and there were some challenges with that, but we overcame the challenges. We've densified the whole site. We had to put in 3,000 piles. Apologies to people that had to live through the pounding, the pile pounding. Not a lot of fun. But we've created 40 permanent jobs. And this has been for me and my team, we've been living this for several years now. So it's taken us 2.5 years to actually get this permitted. But we're really, really excited to be part of the community. And we look forward to engaging with all of you as we progress. And just a little note, I'm going to make a little advertisement here for something that is dear to my heart that we've been investing in. When we first started to look at the terminal, I've been involved with, I'm a founding member of Heroes Hockey, so we set up a hockey program here in Surrey 3 years ago. So we work with 6 of the schools in the Surrey area. So we have 60 kids that come out. They don't pay for anything. They're kids at risk selected by the schools. So they come out and play hockey. And the whole idea behind Heroes is we started on the downtown east side, and now we've actually expanded. So this is our 20th year. We're in 12 communities coast to coast. So Surrey we've been here 3 years. It's a fantastic program. So we have kids at risk that come to a place, they get mentoring. It's really all about a family dynamic too. And so we're really excited because one of the people that's on our board is Harnarayan Singh, who is sort of well known in the Punjabi community for Hockey Night in Canada broadcast. So Harnarayan's been out to meet with the kids. And we're really excited to contribute to the community. We want to continue to build this program, and look forward to meeting with some of you later on this evening. Thank you.
Thank you to Fraser Grain Terminal for investing in Surrey, making Surrey an opportunity city. And speaking of making Surrey an opportunity city, our oil and gas sector, as I mentioned, is so important not only to our nation, but to Surrey itself. Our other supporting sponsor is Canada's Energy Citizens. A healthy energy sector means a healthy economy for Surrey. An understanding of what our city of Surrey is focusing on for our agricultural industry, please help me welcome City of Surrey Councillor Jack Hundon.
Thank you. Every time you get to do a speech, it's always a little nerve-wracking at times. I just want to say good evening on behalf of the City of Surrey and the Agricultural Food Policy Advisory Committee. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the 4th Annual Agricultural Industry Reception here. I'd also like to acknowledge one of my fellow councillors here, Linda Annis, who joined us today. Surrey's been a leader in taking and promoting agro-innovation, with 1/3 of Surrey's landmass being agricultural. We have 500 farms here in Surrey that generate $165 million in economic activity. So it's something to be very proud of here in Surrey. This coming year, Simon Fraser University campus will be launching a new agri-tech science program. And the city is in support of finding industry partners to partner and augment that program. So certainly some of the industry partners that are here today, I'd love to be able to connect with you afterwards if you'd like to come participate. The biopad that's located at the John Vulcan Academy continues to be a center for agricultural innovation and testing in partnership with the University of Fraser Valley. Currently, the students at the John Vulcan Academy are farming and learning greenhouse operation skills as part of their program. So Surrey's vision for creating a hub is guided by academic leaders from the agricultural sector to further strengthen the Lower Mainland food system while advocating innovative solutions for agricultural excellence. There are also 2 food hubs that recently came into operation here in the city. These food hubs facilitate irrigation, storage, processing, distribution, and marketing of locally and regionally produced food. One of them is the Walmart Foundation, which recently funded the Sources Food Hub here in Newton. It combines a commissary kitchen with food waste recovery and redistribution to both food-based businesses and charitable organizations. A second one is with funding from the provincial government of $1.5 million for the Plenty and Graceful Scale Food Processing and Innovation Hub. So Surrey's agricultural protection and environment strategy focuses on very specific steps that we take to preserve our land, enhance food security, and remain competitive in today's marketplace. And as chair of that committee, I can tell you that the work that comes before us at times, whether it's for building applications, whether it's for changes in technology and farming, are taken seriously because it's one of the committees here we have in the city of Surrey, which is actually based, it actually was created by the community. And we still have some of the founding members of the community that are with us. And these are all the farmers in Surrey. So when you go out to see the blueberries, the organic farms, the dairy, it's all there. And so we're very blessed to be able to have a committee here in Surrey that actually has that expertise at the table. So it's also important that we take steps to support the sector, which is vital to our economy and way of life. And I just want to take a moment to once again thank everyone in the role of everyone successfully working together to move forward to protect our lands and strengthen our community. And in closing, I'd just like to say once again on behalf of Council, thank you very much. And I want to commend and acknowledge all the efforts, all the award nominees, and all the people participating in this tonight. So thank you.
Thanks very much, Councillor Hundal. And now from the BC government, please help me welcome Deputy Minister for the Ministry of Agriculture, Wes Shoemaker.
Thank you, Anita. As I say, thanks, Anita, and thanks to the Surrey Board of Trade for inviting me here this evening. I will begin, first of all, by acknowledging, as was done at the beginning, that we gather on the unceded territory of the Coast Salish peoples. And I also want to bring greetings on behalf of Minister Lana Popham, my minister, who I can tell you would rather be here with you tonight than having to be held up in Victoria. But nonetheless, when the legislature is sitting, there is much important business to do. She did want me to convey, however, how incredibly supportive she is of all of you in this room, but especially the leadership that is shown by the Surrey Board of Trade and all of the innovation that goes on within the city of Surrey. So, also want to acknowledge the fact that you're here tonight because you have a desire to make an impact to the province's agricultural industry. So I want to start by acknowledging some of the outstanding achievements of individuals and organizations in Surrey that are in fact doing just that. Surrey has an evident commitment to supporting agriculture as a key driver of the economy and to being a leader in demonstrating sustainability through innovation in agriculture. A little bit about agriculture here in the province. So as many of you will know, agriculture is becoming increasingly more important to the economy of BC, but so too is it becoming incredibly more important to sustaining a growing and hungrier world population and nourishing them with very healthy and safe foods. In 2018, BC agriculture, seafood, and processing sectors hit record revenues of just over $15 billion for the first time ever. I think that's quite an achievement, and it's testament to the innovation, the hard work, and the dedication that goes on within the agriculture sector here. Farm cash receipts in 2018 increased by 6% over the previous year. Seafood increased 10%. And food and beverage processing and manufacturing, the largest component of BC's agri-food sector, jumped 4% last year as compared to 2017. More than 2,000 new jobs were created, bringing the total number of people working in the agri-food sector here in our industry to well in excess of 63,000. Here in BC, as we compare ourselves to the other provinces, we have a very diverse agriculture industry, arguably, I think, the most diverse in Canada. with over 200 primary agricultural commodities and over 100 fish, shellfish, and marine plant species. Our diversity also extends to our land base and to the people. We have world-class soil, water, and air quality, and equally as important, an innovative talent base, and a strong research community to round it out that enables our industry to develop new products and trial new technologies. Our competitive advantages, especially as a province, position us to be a leader in the agri-tech space. Agri-tech, as we more commonly know, but to recognize, is really the fusion of innovation and technology applied to the agriculture and food sectors, and it has the significant potential to address production issues, as I say, arising from a growing world population, with increasing expectations related to sustainability and food safety. We know fostering innovation for the agriculture sector is key to maintaining our competitiveness as a province and to keeping up with other leading-edge jurisdictions around the globe. That is why the government, for example, recently announced a food security task force to build on our successes and provide recommendations how to further unlock the potential of agri-tech to maximize food production and supply, alleviate challenges related to labor, and contribute to enhance food security and resilience, both at home and abroad. The task force will assess how to grow agri-tech as a standalone economic sector and provide strategic advice to the province on opportunities to apply agri-tech in a way that will reduce waste, greenhouse gases, emissions, while meeting our growing market demands and increasing access to healthy, fresh food. Here in BC, I think we are very proud to have over 150 companies that are developing world-class agriculture technologies and innovations in the area of food processing, precision agriculture, bioproducts, and food safety, to name a few. Some of you are probably very familiar with these companies, as in fact some of you are here in the room tonight. Homegrown in Surrey, to mention a few, I just want to acknowledge Alios Robotics, a precision agriculture company that designs, engineers, and integrates advanced robotics and artificial intelligence to provide farmers with a reliable and a sustainable solution to pest management. And then there's StemShock, whose technology is a programmable, non-GMO herbicide platform that addresses the growing threat of invasive herbicide-resistant superweeds without harming the crops themselves or the environment. We also have the Surrey Bioped project and it was mentioned by the councillor, at the John Vulcan Academy, a joint initiative of the University of the Fraser Valley that provides greenhouse testing and demonstration space for agri-tech like vertical growing systems. Surrey is also the home, as we heard as well, to Kwantlen Polytechnic University, who we see as a key partner to training and innovation and inspiring the next generation of farmers and innovations in agriculture. Simon Fraser University is conducting research in the areas of genomics, pest management, and biodiversity, and developing agri-tech prototypes that have the potential to be scaled and commercialized for adoption across the sector. I know, for example, SFU's new Quantum Algorithms Institute in Surrey will have real-life applications for agriculture and would help BC companies scale up and be competitive in the global marketplace. And there is more to come. A bit about food innovation centres again. What the councillor had to say just a few weeks ago, Minister Popham announced a new food innovation centre that will open in Surrey early next spring. The centre will be the fourth of such hubs funded and announced to date, and will provide food processors, farmers, and others with affordable access to space, equipment, technology, and expertise so that they can scale up their businesses, expand their product lines, and access new markets. Developing the regional food innovation centers, or hubs as we call them, across the province is a commitment in Minister Popham's mandate letter, which is designed to increase the use of local foods in all aspects of the food supply chain, and is complementary to another one of the ministry's initiatives called Feed BC, which is really trying to get more local foods into the institutional setting. The Surrey Food Hub will have access to research expertise and support available through a UBC, where we just announced a 3-year endowment fund for the creation of a food and beverage innovation professorship. Dr. Singh, who holds the professorship, will work with post-secondary institutions and communities across BC to develop applied innovation projects and programming in food and beverage technology. So this is truly, in my opinion, a very innovative and novel model that will serve the regional interest and the sector diversity of our entire province. So just a little bit of a highlight about, again, how agri-tech and innovation can really help to grow the agri-food sector here in British Columbia. And, you know, with the estimated revenues of approximately $110 billion for the agri-tech sector, we think it has the potential in and of itself to be its own economic cluster. The Ministry of Agriculture is working closely with industry and our federal government partners to develop and offer a range of programming and services to support the growing ag tech sector. But as I say, we know there is much, much more to be done. Even in this room this evening, as we network with one another and understand what partnerships are there available in our own backyard here. So networking, again, I encourage you, is a critical part of the industry, and please encourage you to connect with one another. So Anita, thank you once again for the opportunity to be here. I really enjoyed the opportunity last year, and this year is even bigger and better. So in advance, congratulations to some of our finalists, and I think we're going to get on with some of the awards as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wes. And the BC government is doing some amazing activities in order to support our agricultural economy, not only within our province, but to ensure that we are globally competitive. And on that note, I'm always so excited to announce the winner of our Agriculture Industry Award, because every year I'm so surprised about the amazing innovation that's happening in our city. And just to let you know, these awards are led by the Surrey Board of Trade's International and Industry team. The judges look at a variety of areas in the assessment of all of the applications, including innovative efforts to increase agricultural production, consumption of local products, long-term protection of the ag land base in Surrey, the viability of agricultural land, and the innovation in their business. So tonight's finalists, we chose 3 out of the many applications that we received. And I'd just like to tell you a little bit about them before we announce the winner. Our first finalist is A. Rocha Canada. A. Rocha is a registered charity whose mission is to transform people and places into healthy communities through 3 core programs: sustainable community agriculture, conservation science, and environmental education for all ages. A. Rocha continuously supports Surrey farmers and communities through their sustainable agriculture projects, such as Farm to Families, Community Shared Agriculture, and their Community Garden Network. Over the course of their 16-year history in our city, A. Rocha Centre has proven its capacity to continually update their services in order to better serve our community. Ladies and gentlemen, A. Rocha Canada. Our second finalist is Rond Riso Farm. They've been around for an amazing 61 years. In 1958, when the Tamas family began farming in Surrey, They took over the beef and hay operation from their parents. In 2005, they started their first pumpkin patch. All of their produce is sold at the farmers markets in Surrey. Trout Lake, Carrisdale, Vancouver's Winter Market, Cloverdale, and Clayton. Their pumpkin patch has also become an educational tour site for schools and institutes. The farm's sustainability revolves around diversity. They practice crop rotation and produce their own compost, innovation at its best. They graze farms, creating green space for the community. Over the years, Rodrigo Farm has become one of the most locally known farms in the city of Surrey. They're recognized, ladies and gentlemen, for their agritourism, sustainable practices, and fresh produce. Again, Rodrigo Farm. And our third and final finalist this evening is Tesfa Farms Water Buffalo. Owners Brad and Christy Bennett were searching for high quality and honest food that would not only feed their growing family, but would also sustain agriculture for future generations. In 2012, they operated Tesfa Farms with 10 water buffaloes. Today, they farm goats, poultry, and a herd of 100 water buffaloes in the Fraser Valley. They operate out of an old dairy farm and lease properties that would otherwise not be used. Their products, buffalo whole milk and probiotic buffalo yogurt, are the first of its kind in Western Canada, again showing that Surrey is a leader. Their raw milk is used by Prabhu Foods right here in Surrey and Mount Lehman Cheese Company. Tesfa Farm was born out of the Bennett's passion to provide honest food and at the same time to support families that are in need. Again, Tesfa Farms Water Buffalo. So I'm going to ask Gary Jones of Quillen Polytechnic University, our award sponsor, to announce tonight's winner. When that winner is announced, there's going to be a photo op. And the representative, you have some time at the podium, but only 30 seconds. Gary, please come forward.
Well, good evening, everybody. First thing is not to break the award. So I was told that I had to do two things tonight. Listen for my name and come up to the podium and then read out exactly what is written on the card. So that's great. I'm back in the 50% at the moment. Fantastic. Let's see how this goes. Before I open it, no, come on, get over there. Yeah, you there. I'm sure you'll agree with me. 3 very worthy finalists. That was a fantastic group of 3. Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Quillen Polytechnic University, it's with great pleasure that I present 2019 Surrey Agriculture Leadership Award to, how long do I wait? Arosha, Canada. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here, and I want to congratulate the other nominees, Rodrigo and Tesfa Farms. I was excited to learn about Tesfa this evening, and really, it's great to be here in Surrey. I've been farming in the Little Campbell watershed, the traditional territory of the Semiahmoo people near the border,
the last 15 years, and it's just a joy and a privilege to farm for a community of people who appreciate great food grown with care for the land. And yeah, thank you for this honor, and thank you for being here this evening.
Congratulations again to A. Rocha Canada. Another round of applause, please. And this evening, before we conclude, we also have a prize from one of our table sponsors, East to West Financial Corporation. They have a $50 Visa card, and the winner was pre-drawn. And the winner is from Western Union. And amazingly, his real name is James Bond. So congratulations to James Bond. You can collect your prize from me in just a moment. Thank you so much to our sponsors, our supporting sponsors for tonight, the Canadian Association of Petroleum Producers and Fraser Grain Terminal. A round of applause for them, please. Our award sponsor, Walton Polytechnic University. Round of applause for them. And our media sponsor, Surrey's radio station 107.7 Pulse FM and the Surrey Now Leader Media Group. I encourage all of you to add your advocacy voice to instigate change at different levels of government, to really drive our agriculture industry through the Surrey Board of Trade, and more specifically through our industry and international trade team. Join the Surrey Board of Trade as we make Surrey an opportunity city. Don't forget about the Surrey Board of Trade's Christmas party. We have over 500 people each year at that. It's on December 10th at the Sheraton Hotel from 5 to 8 p.m. Please continue networking and make it a great business night. Thank you.
Never fails, right?